Almighty. My today's lecture is on the definition of psychology. Basically, psychology is the combination of two words, that is, psycho and logi. So the meaning of psycho is soul, whereas that of logi or logos is science. Therefore, Plato firstly defined psychology as science of soul. In the words of Plato, the definition of psychology is science of soul or knowledge of soul. But with the passage of time and with experiments and experiences, the definition of Plato has been deviated towards the study of mind. And this terminology was given by Aristotle. Aristotle defined psychology as science of mind because the things which has soul are living organisms, and these living organisms definitely have the mind. Therefore, if you want to study a living organism in the perspective of psychology, you have to approach to his mind. Next, in their era, Wundt and Titchener termed the word psychology as science of conscience. To them, the knowledge of conscience is called psychology. But again, the researchers were there, the scientists were striving to become more and more touch to the actual and perfect definition. Therefore, Watson and Woodworth changed this definition to the science of behavior. And in this gram, if you go from up to down or from down to up, you will see that a person who has soul, definitely he will have the mind. A person who has soul, he will have mind, but definitely he will have the conscience. Therefore, again, the rings of this chain are interconnected. Knowledge of soul is just knowledge of mind, and knowledge of mind is nothing but knowledge of conscience. Later on, and the definition which is more appealing to me is that of Watson and Woodworth. They define psychology as science of behavior. So again, you move upward, you will see the person who has soul, he will have mind. The person who has the soul and the mind, he also has the conscience. And again, the person who has soul, mind, conscience, he will automatically behave to his or her environment. Therefore, the science of behavior, that is how to act and how to react to the outcome of the environment, is called psychology. Hence, we can define psychology more in modern era as the science of behavior is called psychology. Psychology is the science of behavior, and actually, if we think for it, for example, it is very difficult to reach to the soul. Soul is a very complicated phenomenon, and which, according to the Islam, no one can know about the soul. That knowledge have been confined with the Allah the Almighty. Therefore, it is easy to reach to the mind as compared to the soul. Hence, Aristotle changed his definition to study of mind. But again, it is difficult to reach to the mind. It was impossible to reach to the soul, and it is far more difficult to reach the mind. Therefore, we can know about the conscience. And hence, why Wundt and Titchener termed it as science of conscience. We can reach to the conscious, but later on, again conscience or soul and like mind, it is very difficult to study, as we cannot study soul, we cannot study mind, we cannot study conscience also. Therefore, the person who have soul, mind and conscience, he automatically will have the behavior. Therefore, it is very easy to study the behavior of a living organism, because behavior are mostly explicit. Even the implicit behavior also felt in the explicit behavior. For example, if a person feels sorrow, you may read his face, you will very easily understand that he is suffering from sorrow. A person is happy. So happiness is an introvert, an inner feeling, but its effects are there on the face, in the talks, on the posture and gesture. You can read easily. Hence, dear students, we can say that psychology is the definition of psychology is the science of behavior. Psychology is merely the study of behavior. The behavior is to be studied under the heading of psychology. Thanks all.